Hi, welcome to another um, journey with the Shaman. Today is February 7th, 2023. It was a nice day. I was able to go for a walk today. Kind of wanted to do a video while I was walking, but just nothing inspired me yet at that time. I had a lot of different things I was kind of looking at, but this one kind of stuck out. And so but I needed to be here, sit down with you, and just discuss it this way. Um, this is based off my analysis of the information that's available to the public. Um, I have no financial background to speak of that you need to concern yourselves with. Not an expert at all in anything financial, but finances are important that we're looking at, especially today. And we're looking at I see a future of it. I have my glasses on. I see a future of a different currency though beyond gold. I mean, it's who who we are now. How are they? How we contribute to the benefit of the community, that is going to be our new currency. Again, it'll be on what we can contribute as an individual. And the more valuable you are in your studies, in your skill set, the more valuable you become. But it's not traded off currency. We share our values. Um, so I'm going to go back. I'm kind of wandering already, and I shouldn't do that. But that'll be our true currency as we realize how to love ourselves. We'll strive to be the best version of ourselves, which I believe will bring us closer to the Creator's purpose for us. Um, there's this program out there called the Gesera Money Release. Now, there was a I followed a lot of that information for a long time. I first came across it in 2011. I'll show you how long I've been researching some of this stuff. And like I said, I just came across it. And I kind of followed it and I go, oh, this looks interesting. This is. And I started digging up and I go, okay, now a lot of this is true. I don't know. And I'm telling you right now, it's not. Again, do your own research. All I want to do is pique your curiosity. What you find, what conclusions you come to will be your truth, not mine. But I'm going to say this out. I have very little understanding of the financial investments in wealth at all. My views are probably not what most people view finances and money. I've had it. I've always had a moral compass towards poverty. And I'm not trying to be a holier than thou. When I was growing up, the philosophy I was taught that money was the root of all evil. My social circle got this message from the church, public schools, etc. Always had a moral compass towards poverty, and throughout the community I lived in. And as I got older, I continued my studies into the spirituality. And I even latched on to three patron saints that I emulated my life after. And they're all patron saints of the poor. You figure that out. The impoverished and the condemned. St. Francis of Assisi, for example, Maximilian Kolbe, and Father Solanus Casey. All three lived a life of poverty and sacrifice. These living examples of how to achieve their spirituality. That's what that's how I view money. I'm not saying I'm holier than thou. This is how I view money. To me, there's a part of me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one like this, and we're going to be coming across a lot more people like me, I think, is that I don't want anything to do with money, period. I don't like it. It's always been, I don't want to say it, it's like kryptonite. But there's something in me too that if I had money, I believe that I would be a complete opposite, and I don't want to be that. as much as I am one way, I would be the other. And I don't want to be the other. And I had my whole life that focus like that. I can't help that's the way I am. I wish it wasn't. I mean, unfortunately, that moral high ground makes today's living really difficult for me personally. The release of the Gazera funds would change everything in my world. Pay off medical bills that I can't ever pay off my entire life, if the way things are now today. Um, and I began a ministry that I truly want to put my life into because it's everything I've done my entire life has been preparing me for this. And the release of the Gafera funds will change everything. I mean, I'm reading off what I wrote. To do what I've been doing, but I don't know. I don't even know what it is. But it's what I'm preparing myself for. And as soon as Sarah starts, the sooner I can start the life God has been preparing me for. You allow me to be free. It's like living in a prison all my life. I had this passion to do something, and it just wasn't going to happen at all. And now I have an opportunity. And I've said this before, we're out of the age of control. And we are now in the age of Aquarius. Basically, we can if what we believe is our truth, is our truth. It's nothing. I can tell you what my truth is, but I can't tell you yours. That's why I keep saying, read for yourself, find out, figure out what it means to you personally, because everybody has their own story and how it affects them. How this affects me is totally different than it's going to affect anybody else. No, basically where I'm at now is I'm as ready as I'm going to be when it comes available. But until then, I'm still moving forward. I am not letting anything stop me from doing what I need to do, as strange as that is. But going back in this, it's interesting too, as I was looking this over, and I know in the the chats, the awakening chats from all the white hats and all that stuff. Um, I was following all that stuff. I was getting the codes and dissecting the codes, and oh my god. And so I understand where you guys are at. If you're still doing all that, okay, more power to you. But take a moment and check. See what you need to. Basically what's happening now is just to wake everybody up. If you're awake, why continue to watch it? Because then now it's a form of porn in a way. It's because your adrenaline is getting off on it. You're getting addicted to the information. You're getting an adrenaline rush, from the information. I know. I was getting it too. And that's not good. I mean, just for your own health. I was dealing with high stress and high anxiety. God. I mean, I said this I said this earlier. I think I said this the other day. But, my blood pressure was like 240 over 180 or 190. A couple times he wanted me to sit there, and I took my blood pressure. They had me sit there for an hour. They gave me a pill. That was my blood sugars were sky high. My diabetes, type 2 diabetes, was out of control. All that stuff was just, and I stopped. Like I said, I shared in yesterday's live that I had to stop, And because we need to move forward now, and this is moving forward. Like Sarah, what I'm doing with you, this is me moving forward, trying to move forward, and I don't want to stay in that negative realm anymore. It's just too. I don't belong there. And when I'm in there, not only do I know it, people around me, they all know it. They know I don't belong there. I don't fit in, and I don't even say anything. You know, but we've got to keep going forward in what we're doing. Um, like I said, the financial thing. I have a lot of people who contact me and they want to help me with the crypto and the stuff like that. And I appreciate where that's coming from, but I have no clue how that all works. I tried, and it just isn't something I can grasp. I mean, the dollar, the way I understood the dollar, not the way the truth of the dollar was, but the way I understood it, you paid something, it was a dollar. You paid for services you needed and you used the currency that they had. Crypto comes in. Okay, what is crypto based off of? Nothing. I mean, is it backed up by something? Well, the algorithm. Is it at least backed up by the dollar? No. Can I buy medication at the pharmacy for my wife with it? No. Can I put it in the gas in my car? No. Can I pay rent with it? No. Pay my utility bills with it? No. I'm sorry, I can't comprehend why do I want to invest in it. And then you say, well, you invest in it, and then you get these these scores, and it's like, so what? It's not in my world. Unfortunately, that's not practical, and I don't know how to get around that. And I know these younger people that I've got some really beautiful friends that they're in that industry and they respect it, but God, they're good at it. They're like in their 30s, but they can grasp that stuff. They're, like I said yesterday, that they're born into closer to the new energy that the planet is under, at the frequency that it changed to. And so these people that were being born closer to, probably like around 1960s, like 65, something like that, I think the energy started affecting them at birth. And as they got closer more and more, and now we're getting young people, 2 years old. It's very common for young people, very young children, to have these extraordinary skills. Again, do your research. People, it's important. Find that truth for you. This is what my truth is. Do I believe it? I don't know yet. I don't have firsthand experience in the research, so I'm only going by the information that's given to me. But I can see it as a reality. I mean, when I talk to these young people, but it's true. Think about that. These young people can grasp these concepts beyond us that we couldn't think of, when we were their age. I mean, when I was, at 8, I was learning how to walk. I mean, when I was 8, I wanted to learn to play the violin. That didn't go real well. I just, but young people today can pick up on this. I mean, like the computer, um, the technology is incredible for me right now. It's an amazing piece of. I was expecting the last computer I had here in the house. It was a tower that was about a foot and 2 feet high, about that wide. It had 2 zip drives on the front of it. I was cooking, and I upgraded it. I think once. I got rid of that. I got rid of it 10 years ago, but I probably didn't use it for 5 years before that. So Alien Guru set me up with this. A lot of things have changed. but some things haven't. Kind of surprised how the keyboarding is still coming back to me. That's I didn't expect it. The thumbing is pretty good, but the keyboarding, yeah. But I'm still trying, and I'm gonna do some really neat things. I have some ideas, but I need to learn how to use the technology. I know I've been getting help, but now I have to fumble for a while. I have to figure out what not to do, and um, make sure that I can do it quicker, faster, and how I need to do things. So I appreciate it. I know if you're there, if I need help, I can call out, and I got help. But what is it? It's basically a gaming computer that he set up to help me so I can do these videos. So this thing it's pretty kick butt. At least that's what he tells me. I'll take his word for it. Um, Better than what I had. So there. Which was really, I didn't have one. So anything's better. And so I'm going to use this thing and see how far it takes me till it breaks, or if I can upgrade it, I will. Um, but we're also going into a different situation too, and we have the Gazera like I was talking about, but there's also something else going on in the structure of our world, of our governments. We're being I want to be careful because YouTube seems to have a tendency of, um, and I reported this. I said last time too. YouTube, you censor me a bit. I don't know why you are, because I'm not taking political ideology, and I'm not saying what I'm saying is the truth, but I am encouraging people to look it up, look for the information, find out your truth. If it is for you, then great. If it's not, then now you know what other people are thinking. Call me out on it, and that's okay. I'm open to that. Don't just shut me off because I might offend you. That's the first constitutional second constitutional Second Amendment violation. Be careful. So one how would I start with this? We're coming into a prophecy of seven kingdoms. And they're being formed already. And we're seeing it happen. We have the BRICS, which is um, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South America, the BRICS Accord. United States, South America, New Zealand, and um, Australia. And number seven, Canada. Now, I don't know if this is all true. I really don't. I heard this, and then I hear contrary, but this keeps coming back. But that's the seven. Gacera funds are going to be a universal currency. It'll be traded evenly around the world of values for the value. There's not going to be a processing fee. Not going to be tariffs between countries or money changers or whatever you want to call that. The Gacera will be enough for everybody on the planet to do what needs to be done. The Gacera concept, when I first heard about it, we kind of followed that trend, got into Saint Germain, and that followed me into a different area that I'm not going to go into right now. The Gazera will be a universal currency and enough for everybody on the planet to live. There's enough gold for every man, woman, and child to make them millionaires for the rest of their natural lives. We won't need currency, period. The one advantage, though, of Gazera will make it a lasting world peace, because if any of the other neighbors start going into war with their neighbor by treaty, the others protect the one that's being attacked. Or the one that's doing the aggressor would lose their advantage to the Gazera program. I don't know if that's true. That's, again, my interpretation of the information that's been given to me. Also, some of these are my own conclusions. Because if you piece things together, it fits. But I'll continue on with my story. This will give a lasting world peace. But for that to occur, we need to get rid of the people who abuse the system for centuries. They have to be removed from the equation so that they do not continue with that behavior. The world leaders that we're seeing today being removed, retiring, whatever. That's why that's happening. To make room to clear the slate for Gazera. The breakdown then would be how this would all be controlled, if you want to say it that, is there will be a universal interplanetary law of we the people. Basically, I think the 1776 original Constitution will now envelop the entire world. Every living being, every being that lives here will be protected by that law. No sovereignty will be over another one. And that includes you, because you're a sovereign person. You're a sovereign individual. Before you were born, you had a sovereign right that was taken from you. And how they took it from you? The birth certificate. The birth certificate is not just a piece of paper that tells you that who you are and gives you identification. You're considered chattel by the government, owned by the Crown of England. You are a piece of property, and they make money off of you by trading you off the stock market. Again, I'm going by what I have read. Do your research. All I'm trying to do is pique your curiosity. Whatever you do with it, that's up to you. But share this message. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if this statement moves you, contribute or don't. It's okay, because I'm still going to do God's will. But let me continue. When this all settles, we need to move forward. We can't stay in this level of energy and move forward. We can't be vindictive. We can't be revengeful. We can't be so enamored by watching others get punished. We got to move past that. We need to come together again. We can't be separated anymore. That's what they did to us, and that's how they did this anyways. They separated us, kept separating us, making us against each other. Again, the religions were that way, and it's just, I mean, I grew up with that. Oh, you know, some guy had a Chevy car, another guy had a Ford. The guy had a Ford was stupid. The guy had a Chevy was a moron. Uh, it's a car. God. But you know, that's it's that goofy. And right now, what I'm seeing people do, and I just stop watching. I minister to several people who call me up, and one thing they all have in common, and unfortunately, I wish they didn't, is they get too enamored into the information that has no, they get caught up in it, the emotion behind it. I mean, I get that. That's why they're doing it, because they're trying to get other people who aren't awake to pay attention. You're already awake, but you're still falling into that trap, that propaganda. Even though it's propaganda is meant to help us, it's not helping you individually. So be be cool about that kind of stuff. But um, we're going to go into those. We're going to go to a more Aquarian type of society where barter for goods and services will be the norm, not currency. If you have carpentry skills, you could help somebody build a house if they help you um, do yard work for a year, for example, because you can't do it because you're building houses. Or you're a teacher, and as a teacher, you give your services to help, to help to teach the kids. In the meantime, maybe somebody is watching your own kids while you're teaching others, or they're helping you with maybe some chores that you have, like your laundry, or we can trade off services. And the higher your skill level is, the more your value of the barterer is. But it's not a currency. Even at that level, and when your skills are high, a lot of times you'll probably do it because you want it, because you know you can. You know it's the right thing, and you have that gift. Um, Thomas Jefferson once said that, if I have this quote right, um, if you can understand, if you know a thing and you can understand the importance of a thing, you have the responsibility to act on the thing. I mean, I don't have the skill set to build a house, but I do have a skill set to communicate. I have a skill set to minister to people, to understand and listen. I'm not a counselor, but I have the skill set. And I've done it for years. But it doesn't mean it just means I care. And I love who I'm talking to. I love you guys. Who's ever listening to me, I don't know. But, the love energy is there. Just think about it. Because we can connect that love energy, and that's our currency. I mean, there are people helping me now on this channel. I have no idea who they are. They don't use their names. But I end up, and that's okay. And I use my name, Shaman of the Divine Light, because I personally, unless you recognize me, you don't know me. I make nothing from this. I'm doing it because I love. And I'm doing it because I want the freedom to say what I know is in my heart and what I know God is directing me to say and how to say it. And people are helping me get that message out because it needs to be done. A year ago, I never thought I'd be here a year ago. Yeah, a year ago. I never thought I'd be here a month ago, to tell you the truth. It's just odd how things kind of work out for us. Well, this was a nice message. this is nice. 30 minutes, the technology is going to pay off. I don't have to sit up all night, making sure it's loading, running the battery down on my phone, because I'm doing it off this beautiful new machine of mine. So I'm going to just leave you with this. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Amen. Peace. My brothers and sisters, God loves you. I love you. And you all have a great day.